Okay, let us start. In the last session, we were discussing on methods of measuring price less to demand. The percentage method was done. Today we will start the next method. Am I right or not? Quickly check from your notebook.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we will start with the method. Let's go to the white screen. So second method is total outlay या expenditure method. First method we have already discussed, percentage method. Second method is total outlay या total expenditure method. So as per this method, EP is equal to total expenditure after price change by total expenditure before price change. This is the formula. This is the simplest formula. Suppose price and demand are given like this: 10, demand was 20, price suppose 12, demand suppose 15. So we have to find the price less to demand as per the total expenditure method. So can you do it? Total expenditure is not given in this question, but you can find it out. How? When price is 10, demand is 20. So total expenditure will be 20 into 10. So one more column we can create, total expenditure. It is 20 into 10, 200, and it is 180. 1800.
Sir, 180.
180. Then it will be now 180 after price change, because price originally was 10, then price changed to 12. So after price change, total expenditure will be 180 by 200. So it will be less than 1. That is less elastic. This is the simplest formula, and if question comes, it should be coming in the objective type only. So no descriptive type question will hide from this one. Is it okay now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Then we will go to the third formula. ARC method. This method is nothing but just an extension of the percentage method. Suppose P is equal to original price. Original price. P1 is new या changed price. New price. Q is original quantity demanded. Quantity demanded. And Q1 is new quantity demanded. Then as per this ARC method, P is equal to Q1 minus Q divided by Q1 plus Q divided by Q1 minus Q divided by Q1 is equal to Q1 minus Q divided by Q1 plus Q into P1 plus Q divided by P1 minus Q. So now it will be Q1 minus Q by P1 minus Q into P1 plus Q by Q1 plus Q. Or you can again write like this is equal to del Q by del P into P plus P1 by Q plus Q1. Okay. So in our percentage method, this portion was there, del Q by del Q was there, P was there, Q was there. But this P1 and Q1 have been added. So we can, therefore we say that this arc method is just an extension of the percentage method. So this is the formula del Q by del P, yeah, P Q1 minus Q by P1 minus P into P1 plus P by Q1 plus Q. So you can do it, solve it easily if the values are given like this. P and Q, let's say 10, 100, 12, 80. Then this is your P, this is your P1, Q, Q1. So put the values only. So nothing difficult is there in this formula. Only you'll be putting the values to get the EP. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then the next formula, next method is straight line method, the fourth one. Or it is also called as point method. Point method means point on a straight line demand curve. As per this formula, the method formula is EP is equal to lower segment, that is lower part, by upper segment. Suppose we are interested to find the price elasticity of demand on, let's say AB is the demand curve, E is a point on this, and we are interested to find the EP at point E. The formula is lower segment by upper segment. As you locate one point on a straight line demand curve, it will be dividing the line into two parts. One is lower part, another is upper part. In this case, because E is one point on AB demand curve, so lower part created by this point E is EP, the upper part is EA. So here, EP is equal to, at point E, we can write here, is equal to EB lower segment by EA. Suppose E is the midpoint, then it will be equal to 1. That is unitary elastic demand. If E is the midpoint of demand curve AB, then at that point, EP will be 1 because lower segment is EB, upper segment is EA. Because of midpoint both are same, therefore it is coming 1, unitary elastic demand. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Then go to the point B. Let's say we are interested to find point EP at point B. Point B means we are ignoring point A, E now. E is not there. AB is the demand curve. We are trying to find the EP at point B. So what it will be now? Lower segment B point is having everything in the upper side, nothing in the lower side. So you can write lower segment, that is 0, by upper segment AB equal to 0. That is perfectly inelastic demand. Perfectly inelastic demand. Okay? Because B point is dividing the line in such a way that lower part is nothing, upper part is entire demand. So 0 by AB. Similarly, at point A, EP will be, we can say,
Infinite.
Infinite. Very good. Lower segment, that is entire demand curve will be by upper segment 0, that is infinite. What it is now in the type, what it is?
Perfectly elastic.
Yeah, perfectly elastic. Elastic. Then if you take any point between E and B, lower part, between E and B, what EP will be? If you take any point in between E and B, EP will be what?
Less elastic.
Less elastic, because the lower part will be smaller than the upper part. So it is less elastic. Very good. And similarly, any point between E and A will be more elastic. So all the 5 types of elasticity we could show in one diagram with a straight line demand curve. So the extreme top point, perfectly elastic; extreme bottom point, perfectly inelastic; midpoint, unitary elastic; any point between E and the lower part, that is E and B, less elastic; any point between the midpoint and the upper part, that is E and A, between E and A, is more elastic. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
But in this particular method, you cannot find the exact value, but you can find the type of elasticity it is, more or less, yeah. Because you are saying that in between any point in between E and B is less elastic, but what exact value we are unable to find. But we can find it if you know the measurement of the demand curve. The measurement of the demand curve, you know, then lower segment is how much, upper segment is how much that. Okay, so this is the flow. Then last one is differentiation method. So I'm giving one example before going to this method. Suppose demand curve is given like this in equation form 50 minus 2p. You are asked to find EP for p is equal to 2. So can you solve this by using any of the formulae that we have discussed so far? We have discussed 4 formulae: percentage method, then total expenditure method, then arc method, and last one we just discussed, point method, yeah, straight line method. So using any of these 4 methods, can we solve this? Data is given in equation form, Q is 50 minus 2p. EP you have to find for P is equal to 2. Percentage method formula, I am just noting it down again for your reference. Percentage method is first method, percentage method. P is equal to del Q by del P into P by Q. Then second method is total expenditure method. P is equal to total expenditure after price change by total expenditure before price change. Third was arc method. P is equal to Q1 minus Q by P1 minus Q into P1 plus Q by Q1 plus Q. Then fourth one was point method. Yeah, straight line method. It is EP is equal to lower segment by upper segment. So by applying any of these formulae, can we solve this? No clue you are getting, no?
No, sir.
Yeah, okay. Because as such, we have not discussed any formula to be fitted into this type of problem. But we can mold one of these formula to have a solution for this one, this percentage method. We know in mathematics, suppose y as a function of x, then limit del x tends to 0, del y by del x is equal to what? dy by dt. We know this or not? Differentiation. If y is a function of x, limit del x tends to 0, del y by del x is equal to dy by dx. It means this formula can be converted to mathematical formula like if p is equal to derivative of q with respect to into p by. So this is the last method, fifth method, that is differentiation method. Differentiation method. Where the data will be in the form of equation, demand equation, and one price will be given, so you have to find the value of EP. Okay, so now if you solve this example, here I'm going to solve this example, then what will be your dq by dp? dq by dp is equal to minus 2, this one minus 2. P is given 2, so Q is equal to 50 minus 2 into 2, 4 is equal to 46. So now we can have is equal to dq by dp, that is minus 2 into q by 46. Whatever value you got, that is the EP. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Anybody is having any doubt on this? No. Okay. So these are the different methods of computing price less to demand. We have discussed all 5 methods. The important one is first one, and of course the last one, because question may be coming mostly from the last one, because equation will be given and will be given. Okay, I'm just showing one example is like this approach. Price given 10, 20, 30, 40, 100, 80, 50, 10. You are asked to find EP for P is equal to 25. So can you do this? For percentage method, we need only 2 sets of data. If it was for percentage method, then data would have been given like this only, 2 sets data. P, P1, Q, Q1 we could have taken. But there are 4 sets of data. What to do? You should tell this one, because we have done this not in elastic demand, but while the demand schedule is given, that can be converted to demand equation, and if a demand equation is given, you can apply the differentiation method. No. So can we tell what should be the solution now? How to do this? I'm repeating once again. If the demand schedule is given, that demand schedule can be converted to demand equation that we have discussed during demand forecasting and sales forecasting. Okay, so now what we will be doing, this demand schedule will be converted to demand equation by applying regression technique. Means P is given, Q is given, P is like, you can bracket it to take X, you can bracket it to take Y, then your regression equation is Y is equal to A plus BX, and normal equations are sigma Y is equal to KNA plus B sigma X, sigma XY is equal to A sigma X plus B sigma X. Then we will have summation x, summation y, then xy, summation xy, x square, summation x square. And n in this example is 4. By putting all the values over here, you can solve and find the a and b. Okay. Then you can get, finally, you can get the demand equation like Q is equal to something minus something, depending on the values of A and B. Then, if demand equation is given, price is given, then find EP means differences method. What we have done this one. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So anybody is having any confusion in this particular case? Means if the demand schedule is given and you are asked to find the EP for a given price, in that case the demand schedule will be converted to demand equation, and then it will be with this difference formula will be applied. Okay, it is done now. Now the last example from this price elastic demand is like this. No, we will do this later because we have not done income and cross. I was trying to explain this one. 50 minus 2p, then plus maybe 3i, then minus 4 py. Then you will be asked to find EP, then EI, then EC for Px is equal to something, Y is equal to something, I is equal to something. This question is the last question of this one, but we will not discuss this right now because EI and EC we have not done so far. Only we have done PEP. So these two will finish first, then we'll come to this one. Okay. So next is income elasticity of demand. And it is denoted as EI or E. Definition we know. Definition is, can anybody tell me the definition of income elasticity demand? Somebody please. Please try.
So income of the consumer.
The degree of responsiveness of demand for a commodity due to the change in the income of the consumer.
Very good, very good. So it means degree of responsiveness of demand for a commodity due to change in consumer's income is income elasticity of demand. And we know that if income increases, ordinarily demand for any commodity increases, but it may not happen always. So sometimes what happens, income increases, demand will come down. That we'll discuss in this particular case. So we came to know that EI is nothing but to what extent demand is responding to change in consumers' demand. Here in this case, all 5 methods what we have discussed in case of EP, that is not there. Only we will be doing through percentage method and subsequently in the differentiation method. So in between the whatever 3 methods are there, we will do that. So EI is measured through this percentage change in quantity demanded by percentage change in price. This is the formula. Sorry, income. Percentage change in income. So it will be del Q by Q into 100 percentage change in quantity demanded by percentage change in income will be del I change in income by original income into 100 So if you simplify it, del Q by Q into I by del I is equal to del Q by del I into I by Q. Exactly same formula what we had discussed in the percentage method of a price elasticity demand. It was del Q by del P into P by Q. It is now del Q by del I into I by Q. Means P has been replaced by I. Okay, so this is the formula for computing EI. Now just tell what is the algebraic sign of this one. The way we presented, the algebraic sign of EQ will be always negative, but we take the absolute value for interpretation. Okay. Now just tell what is the algebraic sign of EI. Generally, income is positive, but sometimes you may say that income could be negative also. Can you think of income is negative? Income could be zero, income could be positive, but income could be negative. Sometimes you may interpret like this: if we are consuming by taking loan from the bank, but by borrowing from somebody else, we don't have any income. Income is zero. Still, we are spending. Whether spending is made from borrowing, then in that case we may say that it is a negative income. But we should not interpret in this way. I means income. Income is either zero or positive. Demand is also cannot be negative. I and Q can be negative. Del Q and del I, what is their side? Ordinary, generally. Del Q and del I in both same side. Why? If income increases, demand will increase. If income decreases, demand will decrease. It is not for every commodity. Generally, ordinarily it happens. So therefore we can say out of these four terms in the formula, two are positive for sure and two are either positive or negative. That means sign will be what? Positive. Always it will be positive. But as I told, it is not applicable for all the commodities. There could be negative also. So if EI is negative, it means the product in question is what? Negative means what? Income increased, demand decreased. The income came down, demand increased. Then only negative value will come. So if by chance from calculation you got to know that EI is equal to negative value, what does it mean? It means the product in question is not a normal commodity. It is an inferior commodity. No. In case of inferior commodity, what happens? If income goes up, we demand less of that, save some money out of that, and deploy to purchase some superior quality. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now we can give a small example, solve some example like income is given, suppose from demand, income suppose 100, demand 5, and 200. That means this is your I, this is your I1, this is your Q, this is your Q1. Okay. So EI is equal to del Q by del I into I by Q. So del I means what? 200 minus 100 is equal to 100. Del Q means Q1 minus Q, 6 minus 5 is equal to 1. So now it will be del Q by del I, that is 1 by 100 into I is 100, is the first I, 100 by Q is 5. So it is 100 by 500. So 1 by 5 is equal to 0.2. Less elastic. So because it has come positive, the commodity in question is a normal commodity. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then we'll move on. Then suppose Q demand is equal to 50 plus 5L. Means in this demand equation, price is not given, only income is given. Means demand is a function of income, because we are discussing income less for demand. And why I have put this algebraic sign as plus? Slope is plus means what? I and Q are directly related, means I increases means Q will increase. Okay. We are asked to find EI for I is equal to, let's say, 10. Then what will be the formula? Because we know the formula is del Q by del I into I by Q. Geometrically, we can do like this. We can convert it mathematically. As we okay. Sorry for the intervention. What we are doing? This is the formula for as per the percentage method, but this can be converted to this one, dq by di into I by q, the way we did for price. No? So now it will be dq by di is equal to 5. I is given 10, so q is equal to 50 plus 5 into 10 is equal to 100. So now it will be dq by di 5 into I is 10 by q is 100 is equal to 50 by 100 equal to 0.5. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So EI is done. Then we'll go for the cross elasticity of demand. That is, you can denote it as EC or capital EC. So you can do it. The definition, you know, percentage degree of responsiveness of demand for a commodity due to change in the price of its related commodity. So accordingly, formula will be EC is equal to percentage change in quantity demanded of any commodity, let's say X, by percentage change in price of Y. Now, where X and Y are related, related means it could be substitute or complementary. Somebody's mic is on mute, please mute it. So it will be now del QX by QX. I am putting subscript X just to indicate that this is for commodity X. Into 100 by del PY by PY. Okay, because we have taken commodity X demand, this is between in the numerator. But it may change also. You may say percentage change in quantity demanded of Y by percentage change in price of X. Then you will be changed. So now it is coming del QX by QX into PY by del PY is equal to del QX by del PY into PY by QX. This is the formula. But as I have already told, this X and Y may change depending upon the question given to you. Means it could be del QY by del PX into PX by QY. Whatever data is given in the question, accordingly it will be changed. Okay, this is the formula. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now we can take example. Let's say price of X is given. Price of X is given. Demand for Y is given. Price of X 10. Demand of Y was supposed 20. Price increased to 20. Demand increased to 30. Okay. Then what will be our formula here is EC. Anybody? Yeah, I'm referring to the previous one also. Let me just see. What we had done, demand for X, therefore del QX. Price of Y, therefore PY or del PY. But here data is given on what? Price of X and demand for Y. Then who can tell me what is the formula? Why I'm asking this one? Because in the exam that will be there, so you may be confused that PQ may be there, YX may be there. So you should understand that. This is equal to
Percentage change in quantity demand of Y divided
Very
by
good.
percentage change in price of X.
very good. Del QY by QY into 100 by del PX by PX into 100. But in the last example, what we had done, QX we had taken, but here given QY. Therefore, the change is taking place. So del QY by QY into PX by del PX is equal to del QY by del PX into PX by del QY by del PX into PX by QY is the formula. So accordingly, your del PX will be 20 minus 10 is equal to 10. Del QY will be 30 minus 20 is equal to 10. PX is equal to 10. QY is equal to 20. So if you put the values over here, del Qy, that is your 10 by del Px 10 into Px 10 by Qy 20. So it is coming 1 by 2 0.5. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Suppose demand equation is given like this: Qx is equal to 50 plus 2 Py. Okay, before going to that, you got the value here 0.5. From this, you can conclude that what sort of commodities X and Y are they? Are they complementary or substitute? They are related because you are finding substitution means if elasticity substitution comes 0, then there is no relation. Neither they are substitute nor they are complementary. But if they are coming positive, what does it mean? If they are coming negative, what does it mean? You just tell here in this tabular value. Price of X is increasing, demand for Y is increasing. Then X and Y are what type of commodities? Price
Substitute, I guess.
substitute type. Very good, because price of X is increasing, demand for X will come down, and instead some of those X consumers may switch their consumption from X to Y. Therefore, Y's demand is increasing, although Y's price has not changed. Okay, so it means conclusion is if EC comes positive, if EC is positive, this is substitute. Two commodities are substitute. And if EC comes negative, complementary. If EC is negative, it is complementary. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Now I'm putting in minus, suppose. Suppose Qx is equal to 50 minus 2 Py. We are asked to find EC. Because Qx and Py is given, geometrically formula will be del Qx by del Py into Py by Qx. This is the geometrical formula. And mathematically what it will be, we have already introduced that one. dqx by dpy into py by qx. Suppose py is given 2. Then we'll first find dqx by dpy is equal to minus 2. Py is given 2, so qx is equal to 50 minus 4. 2 into 2, 4 is equal to 46. So now it will be dqx by dpy minus 2 into py is given 2, qx we have got 4x is equal to minus 4 by 46. In decimal we will get something 0 point something. As it is coming now negative, the conclusion is x and y are complementary. Could you follow?
Yes, sir.
Bas. So this is all about how to compute EI and EC we discussed. Now we'll go to the last example what I had introduced that time, but we could not do that. This one. A composite demand equation will be given like this: Qx is equal to 50 minus 2px plus 3i minus 4py. Okay. So here we will be computing the EP, EC and EI for Px is equal to 2, Py is 3, I is equal to 5. Then what will be our formula? EP is equal to, you see here, because there are 3 variables Px, I and Py, While going by differentiation method, we will apply partial derivative, not derivative, because we will be finding differentiating qx with respect to px, then with respect to I, then with respect to py. So if you will be partial derivative of qx with respect to px into px by qx. The formula we are molding little bit. EI, partial derivative of qx with respect to I into I by qx is C. Partial derivative of qx with respect to py into py by qx. Because all the values are given px, py and I, put all these values, you will get qx. So qx is equal to qx is equal to 50 minus 2 into 2 plus 3 into 5 minus 4 into 3. So you will get the value here. Then you can find the compute the values and get the values. Like this, you put the values over here. All of you please do it. All of you please complete this example and tell me what values you are getting for EP, EI and EC. You see, del qx by del px is equal to minus 2. Del qx by del I is equal to 3. Del qx by del py is equal to minus 4. So now del qx, if will be del qx by del px, that is minus 2, sorry, minus 2. Minus 2 minus 2 into px given as 2 by qx. Qx, anybody has computed?
Sir, 49.
49. 49. Okay. 49. Minus 2 into 2, 4, 3 into 5, 15, 4 into 2, 4 into 3, 12. Okay. Anybody is finding difficulty to compute this one? We'll just put the values of px, I and py. We'll get the qx. The qx already he has got 49. The partial derivative we will computed. We got del qx by del px minus 2, del qx by del I 3, del qx by del py minus 4. Then we will put the values only. We get the answer. Anybody is having any doubt, any confusion? So shall I proceed?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now the elasticity of demand concept is over. One more point is there. Determinants of elastic demand. Determinants. Suppose a commodity is more elastic or less elastic. How to know that one? You see, we have already discussed 5 types of a price elastic demand: perfectly elastic, perfectly inelastic, unitary elastic, more elastic, less elastic. Perfectly elastic and perfectly inelastic, they are theoretical concepts. Leave that. Unitary elastic, no commodity is tagged as unitary elastic. Rather, it can happen with any commodity accidentally, by chance. But other two are very common. Means we can say that the commodity is either more elastic or less elastic. More elastic means the commodities which are non-essential, like comfort type of or luxury type of commodities. And less elastic means commodities which are essential type. The now question comes, elasticity of demand will be more or less, depends on what. I'm giving one example, one situation. Suppose a commodity is of multiple use versus another commodity which is meant for single use. Single use means what? In one head it can be used. Single use doesn't mean that once used and three. No. On one head it can be used. So between these two, which is more elastic and which is less elastic? If the commodity in question is meant for alternative uses, is more elastic or less elastic. And if a commodity is meant for a particular use, more elastic or less elastic. Okay, we don't have time now. We'll just resume the next class from here, and then we'll move on to the next chapter. Just make a note. You may forget that what will start. Five 138,
Present, sir.
138,
Present, sir.
171,
Present, sir.
237, 273,
Present, sir.
308,
Present, sir.
534,
Present, sir.
622, 652,
Present, sir.
768, 1053,
Present, sir.
1158, 1274,
Present, sir.
1510,
Present, sir.
533,
Present, sir.
561,
Present, sir.
565,
Yes, is present.
81,
Present, sir.
96,
Present, sir.
98, 99,
Present, sir.
617,
Present, sir.
746, 792, 799,
Present, sir.
821,
Present, sir.
855,
Present, sir.
864, 970,
Present, sir.
2016, 2039,
Present, sir.
39.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 40,
Present, sir.
246,
Excuse me, sir.
406,
Present, sir.
411, 446,
Present, sir.
461,
Present, sir.
605,
Present, sir.
617,
Present, sir.
637,
Present, sir.
649, 669,
Present, sir.
673,
Yes, sir.
677,
Present, sir.
679,
Present, sir.
682, 83,
Present, sir.
709,
Present, sir.
20,
Sir, 682%.
Sir, 20 present.
722,
Present, sir.
725,
Present, sir.
731, 739,
Present, sir.
821,
Present, sir.
823,
Present, sir.
853,
Present, sir.
863,
Present, sir.
203,
Present, sir.
205,
Present, sir.
210,
Present, sir.
212,
Present, sir.
213,
Present, sir.
218,
Present, sir.
223,
Present, sir.
232,
Present, sir.
237,
Present, sir.
242,
Present, sir.
250, 336,
Present, sir.
250 present.
okay. 340,
Present, sir.
345,
Present, sir.
346,
Present, sir.
362,
Present, sir.
368,
Present, sir.
382,
Present, sir.
383,
Present, sir.
425.
Present, sir.
Okay, anybody else?
Sir,
746.
7,
237.
746.
Sir, 598 present.
one by one. 740.
731 Amitabh Bal.
Yes, sir.
Sir, 237.
2105.
Hey, just
174.
598.
look at the screen and tell me. 2649? No,
Sir,
2649.
1598.
Please. 2649 is there? No. 2016,
Yes, sir. 2016 present.
1864.
Sir,
Wait, 792.
1598. Yeah,
Sir,
15.
746. Present.
Thank you, sir.
746.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yes, sir. 237.
237.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.